I'm Dan.
I am James. We play in the band TesseracT.
You're watching Forever Loud. Obviously, it is one of our biggest headline shows outside of the typical London scenario. We've just come back from a really successful European and Asian tour as well. And we feel kind of like really happy with our live performance and how we're producing ourselves on stage now. But today is a real opportunity for us to try bigger and better things for the first time in a long time. We have Choir Noir who are supporting us on stage, so we've got choir singers with us on stage. We've got all the laser beams and lights you can think of. So from a production standpoint, it's a big step up. From a musical perspective, we're throwing in a few little deep cuts from different albums and also playing some newer songs from War of Being that we haven't played on the campaign so far.
I think we're always trying to sort of see what we can do next and how we can present ourselves differently and just not be the same band over and over again. I think this is a big part of our evolution, I think. I mean, obviously it'd be lovely to have a choir all the time. We're probably not going to be able to do that. But in terms of like the stage performance, the theatrics, the atmosphere, that's definitely something that we're aiming to evolve. And this feels like kind of the next stage in that development.
Yeah, we've been trying to, I mean, don't get me wrong, we love club shows, we love the energy, we love the shows that we've been putting on, but for us, we've had a dream to make it a little bit more of a show than a gig, if that makes sense. So we've just been trying to step up the production in that respect.
But also, I don't know about you, but in the sound check today, when it was some of the choir moments, I went out front, took my in-ears out and listened, and I was kind of like awestruck by it, just because, the choir's awesome.
It's amazing from a vocal perspective as well, because the way that we produce the music, the vocals for these records in the past and War of Being, they're very heavy with harmonies. So whenever I'm performing live on stage, it's normally to a backing track and I'm just leading that vocal charge, but to have actual singers with us on stage brings a whole new dynamic to it, because it's 4 extra human voices on stage. So it resonates a lot better.
Yeah. I think also because on the backing track it's you, having actual different tonal voices actually makes it sound huge. I
agree.
Okay, well the rig is, the central part of it is the classic program Cubase, which basically holds everything together. So Cubase we basically run the session the whole way through, from start to finish, it doesn't ever stop. And as well as having some of the backing tracks, because there are additional vocals and some additional kind of atmospherics like synths and some maybe octave guitar parts. But it also, via MIDI, changes all the settings on all the guitar changes and so on. So,
and all that's obviously synced to the lighting display as well. So.
Oh yes, the time code is sent to the lighting desk. So everything is completely linked up.
Everything's locked in, and if it breaks, then we're screwed.
Although we do actually...
we have a backup now as well, don't we? We've got two laptops.
Yeah, we've got like a backup system, so if one goes down, it switches to the other. But that's a brand new addition. We've only just started doing that. Yeah. For the best part of like the 15 years we've been doing this in this band, we've always relied on one laptop. So, so there's now slightly less chance it'll go wrong.
Living dangerously.
I mean, there was one time actually, I remember we played a show, and Amos, the bassist, accidentally pulled out the firewire cable, which dates when this happened quite a while back. Basically the cable from the sound card to the computer, and everything just went dead. Then I remember we had to basically restart the computer, so it's like awkwardly standing there while computer rebooted. Bing, bing, bing. Yeah, then the Windows sound came out the PA. And Beautiful. Hopefully we won't do that tonight. Oh, absolutely. Like yesterday I watched The Midnight, who are one of my wife's favourite bands as well, which is great. I mean, I don't know where else we'd be on the same bill as The Midnight, so that was kind of incredible. But there were some amazing bands yesterday. I saw Unpeople, they were great. Vow were really good. Looking forward to, I'd like to see Conjurer later, but that's just before we go on, so I'll probably miss them.
I mean, yesterday was Earthside as well.
Earthside,
which I've collaborated with, and haven't really had the opportunity to see them live. And they're absolutely fantastic. But also Dirty Loops.
Oh yes, that's
big Dirty Loops fan, and they're on right before us as well, so that's going to be exciting to see.
Oh, it was nice to see Sestra yesterday as well.
And Sestra, yes, my goodness. So the lead choir singer in Choir Noir is Catherine Marsh, who we played yesterday under the name Sestra and was a solo artist. Absolutely mind-blowing stuff.
And then tomorrow we've got the Omnific, the band, basically 2 bass players and a drummer, so all the bass nerds will be there, except for Moss.
It does have that home feel to it. Everyone kind of knows each other and exists in the same world, so it's great. A big highlight was, well, there's been many highlights. I think headlining Kentish Forum in London was our biggest UK show.
It's a real bucket list, like headline
Big
show.
bucket list headline show, yeah. But also we went to Asia, and we went to Japan and certain parts of Asia for the first time as a band, and it felt very much like we were a new band again, visiting new territories for the first time. So that was a highlight for me.
Actually, yeah, the food on the Asian tour was incredible. But food in Bangkok was incredible.
It was very good.
The food in Tokyo, outstanding. Sorry, slightly off topic, but
but lots of different highlights. We've obviously leveled up the production, but we've also had a computer game that we've launched with the album. So that's brought its own opportunities, and it's just been, it's been amazing.
Yeah, I think, I guess you never know how well an album's going to do. I know, you're always slightly anxious and nervous about it, but I think we've been completely overwhelmed by how well it's been received, and we're very grateful for everyone that's come out and watched the show.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, it's been a long journey. So myself, Adam Boyd, and Kirsty Harvey are the three main developers. We started working on that as soon as I finished in the studio recording the vocals for War of Being, and it's been non-stop. Every single day in Discord, in Unreal Engine, developing the game. We released the early access version on Steam, which was really it was a timely experience because we wanted to put out a new single in a different medium. So rather than just releasing a music video, we released a computer game with the song inside it. That's been available for the past year on Steam. However, we are working on the full game, which we're hoping to have developed and released by the end of 25. So yeah, and the team's grown as well. So we have around just under 15 people now working with DM TesseracT Limited, which is the game development company which has been birthed on the back of this experience as well, which is amazing. The music always comes first in some way, shape or form. Sometimes it could be a very short 30-second riff, but as soon as I get these little ideas, predominantly from Ackle, I put my voice on it, and if we like the feel of it, it'll develop into something bigger. But this time around was very different as well, because everyone in the band contributed to the musical input. So rather than it just being the powerhouse that is Ackle Caney, we, as a band, we actually were all in there mixing it away and developing ideas, which was, I think that in a way, that's part of the success of the album, because everyone added their own flair to it.
And I think the concept helped as well. Lots of people are really loving the story.
The concept was birthed while we were writing in the studio. So there were lyrics and proto-lyrics attached to a lot of these songs, but when we were in the studio together, we sat down with all the notepads and pictures on the wall and built this story as we recorded it in the studio. I had a lot of proto-lyrics which, funnily enough, matched a lot of the feel and tone to the concept. So I think Amos hearing my original lyrics prompted his spark for the ideas, and that started to be birthed in the studio. We were creating concept imagery on the fly, and we were building the story as we went. Amos is predominantly the man behind that story, but as soon as it started to develop, then I stepped in and helped kind of raise that around the lyrics and bring it to where it is now, and then adapted it for the computer games. It's an adaptation of the concepts from the album, but also Amos is wanting to bring out a novel at some point, because this story is so big and so vast, and there are many different applications for it, and there may be some exciting things to announce in the future regarding that concept as well, so keep your ears out. So we've announced South America in September, and we go back to Europe and the UK in January, and we're going to be hitting a lot of cities that we missed on the first time around as well. But that's pretty much it for now.
Yeah, I think we're going to announce some more part 2s of the world tour. But,
it will all happen again at some point.
And there is an idea to hopefully try and get some new music together soon as well.
Yeah.
At least be quicker than 5 years this time.
Absolutely.